What's up YouTube, my name's Edwin. Let's have a little chat, will ya? So, I want to make this video because I care about you and I want to help you build your own Discord bot using Autocode. So I wanted to help you avoid some common mistakes that I see happening every single day while you're coding your own lovely bot on Autocode. Especially for beginners and people with no experience with JavaScript at all. But even experienced coders makes the same mistakes like beginners do. Well, of course, this is a brand new series that is not related to Unity at all, but we will be jumping back to that series very soon. Do let me know in the comment sections down below to let me know if you are still interested in Unity types of videos. Alright then, let's jump into the first question that a lot of people have been asking on Autocode's Discord server. And by the way, if you haven't joined the server yet, link is always in the description down below. Alright, so let's jump to the dashboard of Autocode. Whoa, looks super cool, huh? But once you're here, you might be wondering around, bruh, how do I actually go ahead and create a new project for my bot? Well, it's simple, just click on this blue button right over here, new project, and you should get an endpoint viewer at the side, which is sort of a little guide to our small little Autocode editor right here. So tips and tricks time. Control F to find and replace. So if you have a specific code that you want to find on this file specifically, example, I want to find console.log and I want to replace this with actually, return. I can just click replace, which just only replace one sentence in this code, or I can click replace all, which replace all the other messages in the code specifically. So let's do reverse since we have two return in the code. So return, we want to replace it with console.log. Okay, let's click on replace. Now you can see it only replaced one thing. So let's Control Z and let's try doing replace all this time. Voila, it's magical. But you see, there's an error message. How do I fix this? Well, simple. Add a bracket to it. There's also another very common mistake that everyone is making, is that when they are coding, they tend to forget a bracket or curly brackets to close their codes. So watch this. We copy codes from snippets, and when we paste it in, we tend to mess up the brackets parts, and we just somehow make the bracket for the if statement disappear. And watch this. Let me go to a snippet section. I'll just pick this ctcase user information command. I'll copy the code from starting from here right to here, and then I just paste it in. Okay, I think, yeah, let's copy this too and replace. Okay, so right instantly you can see our dependencies added. So one thing I want to mention is when you type console or let let's just say constant YTDL. Let's say we are adding a YouTube downloader to our code. We can just do YTDL equals require bracket YTDL dash core, and it will automatically edit this dependency right here that we have. Super simple. Now that's only one of the tips and tricks, but now we're focusing actually on debugging our code. So let's say, okay, so I haven't saved my project and I need to save it. So let's just call our project Autocode. Right, save new project. Once we save our code, we need to head to Discord, open up our test server. Okay, so let's just do exclamation mark whois. Nothing happens. Why? Why is nothing happening? So if you head back to your code editor, you notice that you haven't linked any resource at all. And let's quickly go and add our Discord bot in. So link new API resource, and you can see a bunch of things right here. We're gonna pick Discord because we're linking a Discord bot. And I have linked my Autocode bot tutorial bot before, but if you haven't and it's empty, you just click on link new resources. Then you follow the steps right here to create a new application. So let's do that real quick. Open up discord.com/developers/applications. Click on new application. Then we type Autocode bot, Autocode tutorial. That will be our new bot. And we just click on create. Once it's created, you might want to add an application picture. Well, for me, I would just simply go here and pick one and save changes. Well, a lot of people have been asking, how about the bot's about me section, right? How do I add an about me? Just wait, disable. Okay, how do I add an about me just like this? Simple. Just go here, add a description to your app. So I would just say, just a bot that is making videos with NotEdwin using Autocode. Save the changes. Alright, head back to your Discord and click on your bot. Oh wait, we haven't invited our... Head to the bot section first. Build a bot. Add bot. Click yes, do it. And it would add a bot with the PFP that you just added to your app. Now the next thing you want to do is to decide whether you want to keep your app's name as your username, your bot's username, or you can rename it anytime you want. Okay, the first thing we want to add is the server members intent so that we can check if we can actually list numbers of members that is in the current server. That looks like this. Members, 9 members. Okay, so next thing you want to do is turn on presence intent. Presence intent is actually like when someone updates their custom status, the bot just adds you a role. That is presence intent. If you want to do something like that, make sure you turn that on. Then the next thing you do is save changes. Once the Discord developer portal told you that bot successfully updated, you would want to head to the OAuth 2 section, then go back to your Autocode, paste our client ID and our client secret right in it, and just click next step. Copy the URL right here, nice and slowly. If you do it too quickly, it will just close and abort the whole OAuth 2 linking process, and you will have to do that all over again. So make sure you don't do it too fast or you'll miss all your changes. Okay, so if you do not add your URL, redirect URL right here, what's gonna happen is when you click on next step and you add your bot token in, right, copy, paste, then you click finish, this window will pop out and it will say invalid OAuth 2 redirect URI. So you want to go back to the previous step and copy this. otherwise it will just fail. Not gonna lie. So add redirect URL, add this URL and click save changes. And next thing you want to do is click on finish. Now you can add your bot to the server that you want to. I will just pick my amazing test server and click on continue, authorize, and voila, our bot should now be linked to Autocode, and it will say Autocode tutorial joined. Wow, amazing, right? Look, about me section is updated. Nice. Okay, so next thing we'll do is update this playing Autocode discord.autocode.com. Now some of you might be asking, bro, how do we actually update this status? I want to update the custom status. I will remove the Autocode advertisement. So what we can do is click on finish linking first, and we will come back to this code very quickly. Now first thing you want to do is come back to Autocode, hover over this Autocode icon and right click on APIs and open it in a new tab. And once it's loaded, we click on Discord, head over to users. Well, before that, let's explain what is this. Okay, so Discord/channels. This is a list of channels APIs that you can use. This is command API that you can use basically for creating commands in Discord /commands uniquely. Context menu would be something like this. Inspect element translate. This is Maria Raba's bot that I added to my server. So if you are interested to use his bot, you can add it to the server too by clicking on this. It's a new feature though. It is just released a few days ago. If you want to add this button, it's simple, okay? All you gotta do is just, come here under the default authorization link, select in-app authorization, then select bot applications, then the bot permissions that you want. Then you click save changes. You would see you have this button right here. Or if you want a custom URL for authorization, for example, my NotEdwin but bots URL, it would be bot.notedwin.ga. Watch what happens if we copy this URL and we paste it in Google. Right, it will redirect me just to Discord's authorization link. So if you are actually interested on how to actually create a redirect URL just like this, well, there's a snippet for this. I will link it in the description down below. So next thing we want to do is we trigger the code once again, !whois. Well, Autocode tutorial is not responding, so what do? Well, let's come back here, and you notice that our event trigger is HTTPS request. Now, what is an endpoint and what is an event trigger? Well, event trigger is basically trigger that lets Autocode knows when certain things happen, whether it's in Discord or Shopify or whatever API that you are picking. In our case, we'll be picking Discord. And what is the event details? Event details will be message.create. Do not pick bot.message.create because bot.message.create is when your bot or some other random bots that is actually sending a message, the code will get triggered. But let's say you just pick bot.message.create and you have this prefix which is !whois, and then you go to Discord. Let's wait for it to save. Oh, we got a save error. Why do we have a save error? Let's click on run. Function definition, right. Line 44, right here. Okay, so what's the error right here is that before that, in the first few minutes of the video, we actually created an error that we try to recreate. which is copying codes and pasting in but missing a bracket. So this is the bracket we need to close, okay? But if you are copying codes and you are still missing some brackets and still getting function definition errors, once you click run, you definitely go to the very behind. It will tell you which line is having the errors. Well, normally it's the exact same line or the line before. Okay, it's either the exact same line or the line before. So make sure you go and check the details right here. And let's click save. Then we click run. Okay, null. But let's head back to Autocode test server and we do exclamation mark whois. Nothing happens. But the only time that it says completed request is when we click the run button. This means that the code is not getting triggered at all if there's no logs coming in. So what happens right here is we need to change this to messages.create. So if a user actually sends a message, right? If a user sends a message, then the code will be triggered. But under the condition when Discord sends back the data and the data gets sent to Autocode's payload under the name event, which is our event trigger, with the content that starts with exclamation mark whois. So whatever I type right here, let's say hello. Well, funny, my bot and my friend's bot just says hello back. But see, Autocode tutorial is not responding to me, but it detects that there is an input of message.create. So let's say we type how is your day into Discord. It will still count this as completed request, but this code doesn't get triggered. Do you understand what I mean? If not, now let's do exclamation mark whois. Watch this. The bot actually sends the snippet information, which is our ID, our discrimination, which is coded by CDK's snippet right here. Super amazing, but some people would want to save their API requests because they don't want their code to get triggered whenever someone types in the server. So now we want to save our API request, right? My bot here is in 48 servers and all the users is sending messages in every single channel, different channels. And what we want to prevent right here is that when the user is sending messages to the server or any other servers, we don't want our bot to use up the request just to check if the prefix is there. It would definitely be a waste of API requests, which counts towards your account every single time the code is triggered. So if your code gets triggered and it reaches 100,000 requests, your bot would eventually stop working. But occasionally, Autocode provides you a few months of free unlimited requests to Autocode and Discord or whatever API you are using. So feel free to just keep on testing and exceed the 100,000 requests that you are currently using. But once it renews, you'll get set back to 0. Let's just head back to this code editor and we want to check only the prefix. So prefix, great. Autocode actually have message.create.prefix. So what this does is it checks when our prefix, which is exclamation mark whois, actually gets triggered. Okay, we can remove this line actually and the bottom one, because you can see you already removed the curly bracket on top, so you need to remove the one at the bottom too. Now once you did that, you save the code and you come back to Discord and do !whois. It gets triggered again, but this time, look, it only gets triggered once, right? Let's do type random messages. It doesn't get triggered. But watch when we change it back to message.create. Then we select this. Okay, save. Watch this. Look, if you don't have an if statement to check if there's a prefix, then this would happen. When you're just typing random messages, whatever code that is in it will get triggered. Now you want to prevent this, right? So what you want to do is just add back this like if context.params.event, which is getting the event from the payload with the content that starts with the prefix that you just set right here. You need to make sure that this is here. Otherwise, your Discord would be going crazy because every single message people send, it would just go bruh. This seems like a prefix. Let's send this message. Something like that. So if you add this right here, it will just prevent the spam from happening. Now similarly, if you have a few codes, for example, let's say we have a few endpoints with the same thing, message.create. Okay, let's say we have 2 endpoints with the same thing, and we're gonna save this. Then we head to Discord. Let's remove this so that we don't confuse ourselves. Okay, we type !whois and send the message. You can see it's getting triggered 2 times. And you might be asking, why is this happening? Just head back to your Autocode and check every single code. See if you have the exact same codes right here. Now I'm just gonna like delete this file right here and click yes, delete. But if you ever want to get back the file again, you can head to your dashboard, click on settings, then go to save history, and you can just roll back to whatever changes you just made just now. And if you don't know about this at all, well, now you know. This is how you roll back your versions. So if you ever like mistakenly save a code that is empty, where you previously accidentally just click the delete button and everything is gone, come back here, click on rollback. Okay, but the maximum versions that you can roll back is only 20 development versions. So make sure you like roll back quickly if you are missing that opportunity to roll back. Okay, so now that we have talked about missing curly brackets and common mistakes like missing an if statement to check if a prefix exists, and event triggers, which is just HTTPS, the default one, Discord bot, not linked, I guess our video would just end right here. Oh wait, before we end our video, I actually missed a very important thing that I actually say that we are going to do, which is Discord custom status for our bot. So currently it just says playing a game, right? Playing a game, Autocode, discord.autocode.com, which will link you right to the Autocode Discord server. But if you want to change that, simple, just go to this Discord/users API and you click on status update, link in the description down below, and you change the activity name to whatever you want. I would just say NotEdwin. or recording a video with NotEdwin. Then we click run. It will just say no discard of token provided. How do we fix this? Is click on the red one required, then we link our Discord, but choose it and we'll say Discord account assigned, and we click on finish linking, click run again. It will say okay, true, and there we go, playing a game, recording a video with NotEdwin. If you want to change this playing a game to other things like watching, we can do that too. Click on run. Watching recording a video, very weird, but let's try another status. Listening, run. Listening to recording a video, very weird too, but let's change it again to competing, run. Competing in whatever you just type right here. So if you want to actually make it appear at the bottom, what you can do is just leave it to game by default and you click run. There we go. It's at the bottom once again. So if you want a button, a watch button at the bottom, what you can select is streaming status. And you just click run. You would notice that there's no button to click. Why? Because you haven't linked whatever links right here. So you can just simply add a YouTube link. Who knows? And it won't work, trust me. Then we click run. Look, you just say playing, recording a video game with NotEdwin, and it still says live on Twitch with no clicker buttons, with no clickable buttons. And if we add our own Twitch inside or any other Twitch in there, okay, right, self-promote time. If you don't know, I actually have a Twitch, but I haven't been live for a few months. Anyways, let's put the links right here. Click on run. It will say okay, true. Go back to our Discord and you can see there's a watch button. If we just click on the watch button, it will just bring us to our Twitch. So if you ever want to link or self-promote yourself with, you know, this link, you can do it. But any other links like a YouTube link or whatever won't work. So don't ever think you can add a rickroll to your bot. Not gonna happen. Well, you can rickroll people by using our add to server, you know, this add to server button. We can actually add a rickroll into it, you know. So we're just gonna go to YouTube. Then we just copy this link and we paste it into our authorization method. Paste it right here. Click on save. And when people click on add to server, people would think that they are actually adding a bot, but in reality, let's refresh.
When the imposter is sus.
It will say discarder. And then we just click on add to server. And voila, rickroll. Okay, copyrighted. God dang. And that is how you rickroll people when people click on add to server.
Damn!
That's a very cool tips and tricks that you can learn from me.
When the imposter is sus.
Not gonna lie, but well, it works every single time if people just add your bot to server by clicking on that button. And very quickly you can get your bot verified. Mine is currently in 50, around 50. So help me reach 75. And I mean, I'm not literally pointing you a gun, but if you want to help me to get my bot verified, feel free to click on the add to server or just, you know, link in the description down below, you know what I mean. Okay, so now that we know the basics of the custom status, and we even added a rickroll to our add to server button. I guess that's the end of our video. So if you have any further questions that you want to ask, feel free to contact me on Discord with this invite link at the bottom. Join that server, or just go to the Autocode Discord server, ping me when I'm available to help. Well, actually, if you actually need help, you can just see me around in the support request. I'm always there. If you need help, just, I'll be there. I'll see you next time.
Please whatever. Please I want to reach 1 million likes. So please sarapakarai.